You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know what it is. You know who it is. It's The Sizzle in the baby with another hot 5 in 5. But before we get started, make sure that you have liked, subscribed, and shared to the hottest sports talk in the region, The Sizzle. Let's get ready for the hot 5 and 5. You know who it is. You know what it is. Let's talk about some things in the hot 5 and 5. Let's take about 5 minutes to talk about Rachel Nichols and the Jump as they discuss how DeMar DeRozan fits into the Bulls. So, Marc Spears is going to give some insight, and he's going to talk about the Bulls signing, and it's going to be Marc Spears, Zach Lowe, Rachel Nichols. They're going to discuss how the Bulls sign DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, and how they all fit in with Zach LaVine. So let's get ready to listen to their reaction to the signing and everything that's going on with them. And then I'll come back, get your thoughts, and anything that you have to say. Please feel free to leave it down in the comment section because we want to know what you're thinking all the time. We always do. We do. We really do. So that's all you got to do is make sure that you let us know what you think down in the comment sections below. And let's start it off with Marc Spears and how this is all going to work for Chicago moving forward.
And I want to get to Chicago, Mark, the team that you think you are stacking above them. DeMar DeRozan reportedly joining the Bulls on a 3-year, $85 million sign-and-trade deal from San Antonio, joining, of course, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso on the Bulls. In addition to Zach LaVine, Kobe White, the Bulls also have Nikola Vucevic from the trade deadline. Lauri Markkanen's situation still undecided there. He's a restricted free agent. Mark, you have some intel on how the Bulls were able to sway DeRozan to choose Chicago. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan's agent, Aaron Goodwin, who's a contract master, he basically told teams at the beginning of free agency, if you're really, really interested in getting DeMar, bring your butt to L.A., meet with him face-to-face, and I'll be there with you. Well, Mark Eversley, the Chicago Bulls GM, was like, let me get this United flight to L.A., and went there. And, look, he and DeMar have a history that go back to their days with the Toronto Raptors. They know each other really well. He sat on DeMar's couch for 2 hours, talked to him and sold him on what the Bulls could be with him, and where did DeMar ultimately go. There were some other teams that wanted to do some computerized Zoom kind of stuff. I think going face-to-face with DeMar certainly meant more. The Lakers and the Clippers also were interested in that. Obviously, that was a shorter route, even though traffic in L.A. is bad. But Mark Eversley, man, he went and sold the Bulls and got his old buddy to come to the Windy City.
I think this, I've seen a lot of, DeMar DeRozan doesn't shoot threes. He's going to take the ball out of Zach LaVine's hands. What is he going to be doing when Zach LaVine has the ball and Nick Vucevic is posting up? I think offensively, this is going to work really well because DeMar is not just standing there doing nothing. First of all, he was 11th in the league in assists last year, which people don't realize. He's a good playmaker. LaVine is going to get easier buckets playing off of him. Vucevic is going to get easier buckets playing off of him. And DeMar is just a heady player. He gets in the mid-range. He cuts. He can post up and find people. They're going to have to work out some kinks. But offensively, I think they're going to be really dynamic. My questions are, number one, how is this team going to be even close to average on defense? And if you're not close to average on defense, you're not going to do anything serious. And number two, for as bad as the Bulls have been since the Jimmy Butler trade, they're a young core, and I'm talking young, like right. Zach LaVine's prime, Alex Caruso, I thought was a good signing, is prime. Their young guys are basically down to Lonzo Ball, also a signing I really liked, Kobe White, and Patrick Williams, who I'm really high on, but he's just turned 20, I think, and that's Markkanen may or may not stay. We'll see. That you'd like to have a little bit more of a young core set in place when you've been rebuilding for this long, kind of like what the Hawks have, like so many guys. But I think this team's going to be really dynamic offensively. My question is, just how good can they really get? Have they traded all this draft equity, 2 picks for Vucevic, another pick out the door for DeRozan? Have they traded all of that for 2 guys who are in their early 30s who raise your floor but not your ceiling? But you know what? After so many years in the doldrums, let's have some fun.
I was going to say, they haven't come near to hitting that ceiling in so long. I don't think you can be that picky. I think what you do need is a raising of the floor. it kind of goes back to not every team is going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Not every team is going to make the finals. And I know there's this idea in the NBA that being stuck in the middle is some sort of purgatory. But when you have a fan base that is rabid as the Chicago Bulls fan base can be, that has had so little just playoff success for so long, don't you just want to get there this coming season? Shouldn't that be something that you make an effort to do? You just think that that's a waste if you're not hitting?
No, absolutely. Nobody said it's a waste. I just feel like maybe they've surrendered a little too much of their future to build a team that can top out as a mid-tier playoff team. But again, that's fine. And those guys, by the way, Levine, Derozan, Vucevic, they've all been all-stars recently. That's 3 all-stars. You have 3 all-stars on a team who are really dynamic offensive players. I think they're going to be solid. I just wonder what sort of the path to more than solid is. But again, that's fine. Let's have some fun. Let's have Benny the Bull throwing popcorn around in big games and going crazy. Let's have a little fun.
It's been a few, let's say it's a second-round playoff exit. It's been a few years, thank you. I think the Chicago Bulls fans would like that. Marc, I know we've talked about the Pat Riley quote, right? Winning in misery, that's it. But do you feel, I'm talking to Marc, do you feel that that goal of maybe just having a good playoff showing is a good starting point for this franchise?
Yeah, no, I mean, they're capable of beating anybody on any given night now. And you just showed their bench. Mm-hmm. That bench is a really, really good bench. And so I think they'll give them a boost as well. It'll be the same way we see it being electric in MSG. We'll see it being electric in the Bulls arena as well. So I'm excited. And I think Vucevic's the kind of player we don't respect enough. He's a 20 and 18 kind of guy. He's been a perennial all-star. But since he doesn't do, backflip dunks and his game's not pretty and everything, he's not crossing people over, that what he does goes by the wayside. But he's as good as most centers, if not better than most centers in the league. Maybe perhaps the best next to Joker.
That's a claim, by the way.
Joel Embiid might have something to say about that.
Like I said, he's not as fancy and he's not screaming and yelling and smacking the floor and all that. But he put some great numbers in, and I think we need to respect what he does more.
Well, we'll find out.
And yeah, Joel Embiid, yeah, he's amazing. But he's elite, and but Vucevic, let's look at his numbers and respect him too.
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll see what he can do with this new crew.
So, okay, you've heard everything that was there. You heard, hey, Vooch is elite. You've heard the Bulls will be better in the passing lanes and they will be able to get some things done. And one of the biggest things that you're going to find out is that the Bulls probably have a better bench than most people think they do. But listen, it's not for me to say, it's for you to say. You to listen and hear and then share your opinion with us. So make sure that you share down in the comments section. And remember to like, subscribe, and share to the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television. And remember, as always, my friend, we will see you.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on